Mirai shouted at me, then turned and ran off down the beach. I didn't know what was going on with her. All I could do was stand there dumbfounded. Watching her shrinking form disappear into the distance gave me a weird, dark sensation in my chest. She still hasn't come back. We've been given an extra 3 days at the beach to look for her. Hebijo students who go AWOL are treated as renegades since they know classified information. Punishment's about as harsh as you'd expect. A few years in prison at the least. So far, Master Suzune has managed to keep a lid on it. The official explanation is that she's doing extracurricular training. Even so, that cover story has only bought us 3 days. If we can't find her by then, we'll have to report her disappearance to the school. The first and second days have come and gone. If we don't find her today, she's in serious trouble. The beach, the riverbank, the mountains, the barrens. We search until our legs are stiff and sore, but there's no trace of her anywhere. She is a shinobi student after all. It only makes sense she wouldn't be easy to track. You don't suppose she's left the area entirely? Homer doesn't usually look this unsettled. If Mirai used these 3 days to get a head start, there's no way we're going to find her. Bah, no point thinking about it. All we can do is keep looking. We split up and go on searching individually. I tried to imagine how Mirai's feeling. Does she really want to leave Hebijo? It didn't seem like it. And if I'm right about that, she probably hasn't gone far. I searched the back alleys of a deserted shop district. Mirai, where are you? Where did you go? The sun is setting. We don't have much time left. As I look high and low, I feel a sensation of deja vu. I remember. I've had this experience before. I don't have any parents. My earliest memories take place in an orphanage. I guess I must have been abandoned. Even as a child, I had no emotions, so the other kids used to tease me constantly. But since I didn't feel anything, being called weird or dead-face obviously didn't bother me. Most of the kids seemed to find my attitude unpleasant, to put it mildly. At age 8, I escaped from the orphanage. Not for any compelling reason. I was just uncomfortable, so I thought I'd leave. People can live on their own. Even if you have nowhere to go, you can live off the clothes on your back, in theory. A child living that way turned out, well, pretty much like you'd expect. An unsavory character. I fell in with a street gang. I don't know how many were in the gang exactly, since there was a lot of turnover. Probably around 40 in total. Our leader was a girl named Hinata, maybe 20 years old or so. She had smooth, pretty skin and always wore trendy clothes. She looked more like a model than a gang member. Despite her looks, she was deadly with a knife, not someone you'd want to cross. She was downright sadistic in a fight, which terrified everyone around her. Just like me, Hinata had escaped from an orphanage. Maybe that's why she noticed me. Whatever reason she had, she took good care of me. Even in the gang, I got teased a lot about my expressionless face. But Hinata was different. She'd tell me there was nothing strange about me. That I was fine just the way I was. She always used to tell me that. It was a weird thing to say, really. At least, no one had ever told me anything like that before. She was different from the others. I wanted to be near her. I wanted to hear her voice. I must have followed her around like a puppy for I don't know how. People can live on their own, but living by yourself is dull. Spending time with Nada taught me that. Open your heart, people would say. Without emotions, I never quite knew if I was doing it right. But maybe, feeling like I did towards Hinata, that was what opening my heart felt like. Even now, I can't say for sure. One day, someone in our gang screwed up and pissed off a rival gang. It escalated until they wanted us all dead. One after another, our gang members turned up dead, slaughtered. They had no problems killing our younger members. I had a few pretty close shaves myself. At the rate things were going, we were going to be wiped out. So Hinata set up a parlay. But she never came back from it. I looked for her. I don't even know how many days I kept on searching. The rest of the gang said she'd made a break for it. But I didn't believe that. Hinata wouldn't abandon the gang. She wouldn't abandon me. Even while everyone else left the hideout one by one, I searched and searched. One day I happened to look in a back alley behind the shops district. I saw a familiar-looking figure lying in a dumpster. It can't be. Please let me be wrong. Please. God or anyone. I'm begging you. Don't take Hinata away from me. I staggered to the front of the dumpster. There lay Hinata, limp as an old rag, illuminated by the orange light of the sunset.
Hinata!
I screamed until my throat hurt, but she didn't answer. Her smooth skin had been slashed to ribbons. I touched her blood-drenched form. I felt how cold she was, how the warmth had been completely drained away. She was dead. Long dead. Her favorite knife lay by her side. I picked it up and gripped it tightly. I held onto it as hard as I could, as if I were holding onto her soul. I felt a strange sensation inside, as if my heart were in free fall. Drip. Drip, drip. Drip, drip, drip. It was like rain. Rainfall inside of me.
Mirai.
Mirai? I speak her name without even thinking. I'm passing by a dumpster in the shops district when I glance inside and see someone dressed like Mirai. The image of Hinata's dead body rushes back into my mind. A chill runs down my spine. With a lump in my throat, I approach the dumpster. Mirai's body is in the garbage. She's not even twitching. Mirai. This can't be. My strength leaves me. I drop to my knees. Then she sits up. Okay, you found me. So much for playing dead. She gives me an awkward look. You idiot. You don't just play dead. Do you have any idea how worried we've been? I feel something drip in my heart. Just like when I lost Hinata, there's rain inside me. Mirai looks at me, shocked. Kage, are you crying? Crying? Me? That can't be. Isn't crying only supposed to be when you're sad? Finding you is a good thing. I can't be crying. Yeah, that got really fucking dark, didn't it, Falcon? I mean, I knew Mirai would be okay, but I still didn't like seeing it. Fucking bummed me right out. As I say that, I take Mirai's hand. No, Hikage. Tears can be happy, too. She gives me a tiny smile and offers me a handkerchief. Am I really crying? Am I? No, that could never be. I don't have any emotions. Nothing could make me cry. It just can't happen. But maybe. Maybe that raindrop feeling in my heart is the sound of tears? Was I really in tears while I was thinking of Hinata and Mirai? If that's true, then maybe I dabbed my eyes with Mirai's handkerchief. Oh. I looked down at the fabric. It's just a little bit damp. Mirai, why'd you run away? I can't understand if you don't tell me. Anyway, let's head back for now. No, I'm not going back. I don't want to. You know if you just up and leave, they'll call you a renegade, right? I know, and I know what happens to renegades. But I still can't go back. Have it your way. I'll drag you back myself. Oh yeah, fuck her up. Let's turn that playing dead into being dead. Gotta bring Mirai back, that is the condition. Okay, so after a long day of doing groceries on my freshly burnt away foot, I was I got home. I was doing some cosplay stuff today. Like I said, I was doing the pink outlines and whatnot. And when I was bringing groceries in, or maybe when I was moving my cosplay downstairs to dry in my room, I don't recall what the occasion was, but something was happening. Well, I've seen this a dozen times already. Something was happening where I had knocked over a tripod that I was borrowing from Kim. Because I'm borrowing her tripod and camera for some video stuff. And yeah, I knocked the tripod over and it fell directly onto my toe, the toe of that very same foot. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that toe looks fucking terrible now. It's got this big purple smear, like from the bottom of the nail to about halfway down the toe. it's just super purple. Like, I really bruised the fuck out of it. It just fell straight onto my toe. Feels terrible. So yeah, my left foot's it's just fucked up. It can't catch a break. My right foot though is doing just fine. No athlete's foot, no smashed toes. So if I need to hop around on one foot, I can count on my right. And that's good to know. You were holding back, weren't you? If you'd beaten me, you could have gotten away. So why pull your punches? Because I don't want to fight. You're all such good friends. I don't want to hurt any of you. But if I stay to Hebijo with the way things are right now, if I go berserk, I wouldn't be able to stop myself. Go berserk? What, like in the SNAS mission? Yeah, when we attacked Hanzo Academy, I could feel myself losing control. I see. I get it. I'll pretend I didn't see you. Huh? I don't want to hurt you either. I definitely don't want to kill you. But if you let me go... Don't worry about me. Go on, get out of here. Okay. It's really strange. When I think of fighting her, my heart hurts. But when I think of fighting Katsuragi, my heart starts racing. I don't get it. These sensations are all just weird. Is this really what emotions feel like? I know, right, Falcon? My foot just can't catch a fucking break. Should've just amputated the fucking thing. Get it over with. I don't know if I want like an entire peg leg. Maybe just like peg from like the ankle down. Or maybe like, you know, get the shin, because the shin's a real nasty spot to get smashed. Hold it, Mirai. Homura. Hikage told me what happened. Then just let me go. If I went berserk around any of you... You dumbass. Huh? I already told you. The only ones who went berserk were weaklings, physically and mentally. But I... Mirai, listen to me. If you are weak, then you just have to work to improve yourself until you're not. Go on, tell me I'm wrong. The first thing you need is training. You have to at least try to get stronger before you decide to run away. Fight me, Mirai. Huh? I don't mean some pointless fight to the death. I want to fight you for your right to stay at Hebijo. Okay, I'm counting on you, Homura. Alright, let's go. I wonder what the outcome's gonna be. AKA, I wonder who I'm playing as. Alright, the condition is bring Mirai back. That was also Hikage's. Am I just gonna fight Mirai as every character? You'd think they'd save Homer for last since she's the leader, so maybe not. Whatever the case, I've got a sneaking suspicion that Homer is gonna be the winner of this battle. I don't know what it is. I just got a good feeling. Maybe it's because last time they fought Homer was the winner. It's just really hard to say what makes me think that. So today, after all my business of getting a ton of groceries, I'm not even finished getting groceries, cause like you ever have those times where you just run, like, okay, when I go to get groceries, how it usually goes is I get some English muffins, and maybe I get some more margarine, cause or just like frozens, cause like I'll eat breakfast here, which is just English muffins every day, and then I usually eat at work, because I work at a food place. So yeah, I don't have a lot of food around for dinner. I'd like a couple frozen dinners for like days off when I don't feel like cooking, or just those, you know, not so late shifts where I just don't feel like eating something that's at work. But whatever the case, when it comes to eating at home, I don't have a whole lot, and it's fine. so I usually don't have a lot to get. I guess it's juice and English muffins is the usual. But and you know, of course there's just the extras that you just need to replace every now and then. So like, on top of needing a bunch of extra cosplay stuff, I just also ran out of a lot of things all at one time. So like, I still need to get some cosplay stuff. I still need to, and then I also needed like more melatonin, I needed margarine, some more juice, some fancy waters, because I like to drink my fancy waters, cosplay stuff, frozen, I just fucking ran out of everything all at once. I think I had like a body wash or shampoo or something was another one. So like, I got some stuff on my way to work the other day. I got some stuff today. I'm gonna finish off tomorrow while I'm out. Just sucks. You know, like every now and then it's like, oh, I gotta get the usuals plus this one thing, but it's like, nope, just ran out of all the things all at one time. Looks like I won. I really am weak. But I want to get stronger. Stronger and stronger. And I'm sure you will. Anytime you want to spar with me, I'm ready. Homura. But can I really go back? Aren't I already a renegade? Don't sweat it. If you come back now, there won't be any trouble. Besides, good favors few, evil accepts all, right? Wait, does that mean they even accept renegades back? If evil favors all, with no exception, does that include renegades? Huh. I need to know more. Come on, let's go home. So yeah, the only stuff I have left to get is like Frozens and Pop. But I'm hanging out with Kim tomorrow, so I'll have a chance to have a ride to get those things, because I just walk, and carrying Pop home is a pain in the ass. Alright, time to run the underclasswoman. Ragged. Hmm? Haruka! Hibari, what are you doing here? I wanted to see this place for myself. Intelligence gathering is my specialty. Don't tell me you're actually marching in the Hebijo headquarters. I came to transfer, like you said. Huh? Wait a moment. Seriously? Of course. Where good favors few, evil accepts all, yeah? I'm too klutzy for the good team, so I thought I might fit in better out here. So you thought. I know, you probably think I'm up to something. So how about this, Haruka? Fight me. Hmm? Why? You'll get it if you fight me. You'll see where I'm coming from. Okay, so I guess Hibari does transfer in this storyline. Things are going a little differently, though. What is even... It's so different. Alright, I guess I'm just fighting Hibari now. Are you taunting? Why are you taunting? Look, now you're comboed. You see what happens when you taunt? You get combo. I would like to smash these boxes so that I can get a thing. Some scroll power-ups, perhaps? And then I can do a transform. No? Are these boxes fucking empty? Oh, I got 50% health. Thanks a lot. Well, whatever. Yeah, the only thing that I have to do, like, this little break with my costume is just working on the weird brace thing that's around her head, I guess. For the most part, it's almost, you know, a couple details. Not a whole lot left. I think it's going to turn out pretty good. And I had mentioned that I'll probably do Anime North-based videos. I'll probably do a video going over the cosplay itself, you know, all the little steps I took, just elaborate on that. And maybe I'll do an Anime North video. I really liked the way the first one turned out. It's just the year afterwards, I really wasn't feeling it. I was tired. Things, life had been really wearing me out around then, so I was like, yeah, I don't feel like putting in the extra energy to just record shit and do the video. So I just sort of did like a video where I went over my loot, the stuff that I had bought. So yeah, I'll do something a bit more elaborate this year, I think. A friend of mine, that's kind of the mama bear of the group, he does, he books us a hotel, and he gets our tickets. So today I was like, hey, I'm gonna figure out who's going and I'll get the tickets this year. Because he just went on a cruise with his wife. And it's always him doing all the stuff. So I'm like, hey, I'll take care of the tickets. Since you know a bit more about hotels and it'd be booked under your name anyway, so. I'm gonna take care of that probably. Oh, I can't steer this. I'm just punching in the wrong direction. And that costs 2 pips. I think, oh, there's another pip though. I'm gonna get you this time. There it is. That doesn't do a whole lot of damage. Maybe it's because I'm used to playing as Akage. She's like level 40. Everyone else is like half that high. Oh, I hope I fucking... Yeah, there it is. And I'm gonna just finish her off like this. That always does a significant amount of damage. Fuck specials when we have this. You got me. You really are strong. I saw your conviction in that fight. You're no liar. You truly do wish to transfer to Hebijo. Yeah, I want to do my best right here with you. Oh, how exquisite. I want to grab a hold of you and squeeze. Hold on. Here, take this. Hmm? This is the Hanzo SNES. I want everyone else to know they can trust me too. This certainly will remove all doubts. They'll accept you just like that. Great. Looking forward to working with you, Haruka. Welcome to Hebijo, Clandestine Girls Academy, Bari. It's a pleasure to have you. Hibari's fucking suspicious as all shit. She's usually nervous and all the time. She's so confident and sure. Why would anyone ever fall for that? People call this city's glittering skyline a symbol of our nation's wealth, but in its shadow are the slums where I was born and raised. This shanty town would welcome any stranger who wandered in, with naught but the clothes on his back. The dirt road that leads in is called Unemployment Street. The moment my feet set upon that road, I could already smell rotting bananas. What a nice aroma. It's the slum's ways of saying welcome home. The short walk down Unemployment Street leads to a row of mansions made from sheet metal. People in the slums call this area Beverly Hills. Oh? Yes, Beverly Hills. It even smells like La Dolce Vita. It's the smell of packaged instant ramen being cooked. As that smell tickles my nostrils, I hear the distant sounds of children laughing. The voices are coming from Central Park, which is what we call the slum's main recreational area. I wonder what's going on. Let's take a look and see. A woman clad in a kimono and mask stands on stage at the center of the plaza. The handmade mask resembles a bird. A swallow, I suppose. The show appears to be quite a hit with the children. The masked woman begins acting like a child. It's such a nice day today. Let's go for a walk. She then switches to the role of a creepy old man. Want some money, little miss? Come with me. Apparently, this is a one-woman show. She then shifts into a powerful voice and presses play on an old cassette player. You there, girl. Don't be fooled by his words. The cassette player belts out fast-paced, heroic theme music. The woman strikes a pose at center stage. I dance today, my black hair fluttering. Call me BC Mask. BC Mask starts to beat up the creepy old man. From BC Mask to the old man to the little girl back to BC Mask, she shifts her position with dizzying speed, keeping up the play by herself. I can't quite call it a good performance. The acting falls far short of what professionals typically offer. Amateur production or not, however, the children's eyes are glued to BC Mask. When the play ends, the audience cheers and applauds. All of the children are smiling. I've never seen such happy expressions. Thank you for sticking around until the end. BC Mask hands out candy to the children, then dashes off stage. I'll be back again, so be good children in the meantime, okay? I slip into the shadows and tail her. For a street performer, BC Mask is quite fast. The only way I can keep her in sight is by running full speed. She's as fast as a shinobi student. Who on earth is she? She stops in front of Town Hall and drops an envelope through a mail slot. Once she leaves, I squeeze my hand through and grab the envelope. Now let's see. On the envelope is written, donation of 30,000 yen. She puts on a show, gives out candy, and even donates money to help the slums. I'm consumed with the desire to thank her. I exit the slums and search the area. A short while later, I find BC Mask in the shade of a nearby tree. As I watch, she removes the mask and places it in her bag. I move in front of her to catch a glimpse of her face. Huh? The sight of her face leaves me speechless. BC Mask is really... Princess? Yomi! You're BC Mask? Mortifying. This is mortifying. I've never been so humiliated. BC Mask is really the spoiled little princess in disguise. I thought there must have been such a good person under the mask. What a ludicrous notion. You make a hobby of studying the poor. It must do wonders for your superiority complex. At my harsh tone, the little princess casts her gaze downward. You must love putting on a show, just like that father of yours. What does BC Mask even mean? Well, Princess fidgets, unable to reply. The BC stands for black hair with cropped straight bangs. What? I'm taken aback at the sheer lameness of it all. Well, you see, it was Katsuragi who came up with the name. I tune out her explanation. I'm not interested in whatever weak excuses she has. I can forgive your poor taste, but that donation is outrageous. You're rich, and all you give is 30,000 yen. You could afford 30 million yen, and if you dare to donate such a pittance, I unload all my pent-up aggression. The princess offers no defense as I prepare my final assault. I know her wealthy blood runs cold through her heart, but her ruthlessness is nothing compared to mine. Speaking of donations, I donate as well. Can you guess how much? 300,000 yen a month. That's right, 300,000. I donate my entire school stipend. If going without means I can make sure one less child will starve, I'll give all I have for that child's sake. If you consider me a hypocrite, there's nothing I can say. I can barely hear her muttering. I was simply inspired by your talk about the slums. I wanted to do something to help. With that, she sinks to her knees and lowers her head to the ground. What are you trying to pull now? She's kneeling. The princess is setting aside her pride and kneeling before me? I have to admit, I'm a bit astonished. If my father's words or actions have harmed you, I can only apologize. I'm forced to choke down my raging bile. I'm not fond of people who think that saying I'm sorry fixes everything. BC could stand for big cock. You're not wrong, Falcon. And maybe I'll give Ikuruga one of those in the editor. Who knows? In fact, I've always regarded the urge to apologize with deep suspicion. You can bow your head and still be laughing in your heart. I'm sure all rich people do just that. She still kneels with her brow to the ground, not moving a muscle. As I watch her, I can't help thinking of her BC Mask performance. The children really did look happy. They all truly enjoyed the show. Can such a rotten person really give such joy to children? No, I think that would be impossible. Children are pure, honest beings. They can see right through a charlatan. But if that's the case, what could there be in the heart of this princess that gives them so much joy? I grind my teeth. I can feel myself welling up. The image of the kneeling princess turns blurry in my sight. Not fair, not fair, not fair! You already have money. You can't have a good heart too. My emotions suddenly burst forth. I perform my shinobi transformation and swing my sword down at her. But the princess does not even react. My sword plows into the ground a few inches away from her head. I inhale sharply, trying to gather myself. There are so many things I want to say to her. It was just before I graduated elementary school. My father and mother both disappeared all of a sudden. I thought they had abandoned me. All my deepest thoughts and feelings come pouring out at once. I unleash all the sadness and anger I've been holding back these many long years. You can never begin to understand me. You can never understand how I lived and felt before someone from the slums referred me to Hebijo. The tears threatened to spill from my eyes. My parents, whom I loved so much, left me to resent them. What else could I do? Bitterness was all that was left to me. Before I realize it, she's crying right along with me. Her large black eyes cloud over like crystals. But I was mistaken. They hadn't abandoned me. They'd scrimped and saved to put together an inheritance for me, to improve my prospects in life. Do you mean... Her mouth finally opens. A tear traces its way down her cheek. But it was too late. I wanted to thank them, to apologize for not believing in them, but it was too late. My father and mother had already died. In my fury, I kick away the princess's bag. Why? Why is it that some families have money and others don't? Still crying, I grasp her shoulders and shake her. I shake her as hard as I can, over and over. I can't stand it. The rich are unforgivable. I scream until I run out of air. As I break into gasps, I catch sight of a scroll laying on the ground. It must have been in her bag. I pick it up and open it. Oh. The princess lets out a small exclamation, but it doesn't deter me from looking. The scroll details her entire family tree. Huh? The scroll reveals a shocking truth to me. You were adopted? Without a word, she nods. I flash back to the eating contest. That boy, Murasame, who treated her so coldly. It must have been because she's not his bloodkin. Maybe she didn't have such a peaceful, happy childhood after all. If you were adopted, I could listen to some of your excuses. None of my excuses would be meaningful to you. With that, she again puts her brow to the ground. I had it completely wrong. She hadn't discarded her pride by prostrating herself. Quite the opposite. She took pride in her prostration, not asking for simple forgiveness at all. All the wealthy are my enemies. I labeled them a target for my hatred, and I've lived with that ever since. And though I see now that my path might be twisted, it is not so easy to change. However, I silently hold out my right hand. Enough. Please get up. She looks up at me and gingerly takes my hand. I suddenly realize something else. Her hands are warm. What I said before about her wealthy blood running cold wasn't a metaphor. I'd always been under the impression that rich people were literally cold-blooded. But I was wrong. She has a tender warmth. I pull her to her feet. Her face is stained with tears and mud. You look dreadful, princess. Yes, but I might say the same about you. We exchange a quick glance, and suddenly burst into laughter. As we continue to laugh, tears begin to stream again. And yet we're still laughing. Laughing. Crying. Laughing again. Rich as you are, we might just get along. As I say that, her face falls a bit. Then, could you forgive my hypocrisy? I don't think you're a hypocrite. My heart's been consumed with hatred for the rich for as long as I can remember. And now, thanks to a rich person, I feel my heart begin to lighten again. Life truly is mysterious. You're not a hypocrite, but if it truly bothers you, let me say this much. Hypocrisy also has its merits. I hold my hand out to her again. She accepts it with another little smile. This time it's just a shake. Our orders may bring us into conflict again. She certainly knows that as well as I do. So we let the handshake linger for a while, each feeling the warmth of the other. You're not like most rich people, princess. Thank you for understanding. Suddenly there's people to fight. Oh, who are those people? They look quite suspicious. They're delinquents who work for the land sharks. Land sharks? They cause trouble around the slums to bring down property values. What? That mustn't be allowed to continue. Of course not. I'll drive every last one of them off. Please allow me to assist you, Yomi. Huh? Please. Let me help you. Understood. Will you fight alongside me, princess? With pleasure. You can count on me.